Well, it's on the verge of falling apart. Just kidding. That's what the Harley people wanted to hear.
I will know that death is not defeat.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nathan Rokusek and welcome to Rokusek Racing. This is definitely not just my garage. It is the 2-year anniversary of owning my Indian Scout Bobber, and I'm at 30,000 miles, which probably is unbelievable to a lot of people, but since I'm a man, I ride my bike. So I got 30,000 miles on it, so just deal with it, okay? A lot of people that watch these start with the cons because they want to know all the bad things with the bike. So I'll get all the few bad things over with, but make sure if you're going to listen to the bad things, you need to listen to the good things as well, which will be right after. The first thing that I have a con with, that I have a problem with, is that you never want to get off the bike. I'm not kidding. That's why I got 30,000 miles on it. You don't want to stop riding. It can be raining, snowing. You can have the worst day of your life. Your girlfriend could have even dumped you. Hey, actually I got a joke about that. What does the cannibal do after he dumps his girlfriend?
Eats her?
He wipes.
Oh.
Alright, but so yes, no matter what happens to you, your day can be the worst day ever, and you're still going to want to ride your bike and you'll have a big smile right afterwards. Alright, the second thing, it really isn't a Scout Bobber specific thing, but it's Indian specific. You can go anywhere. You can go on Amazon, Wish, anywhere. You can get parts for any type of Harley. They've been around for such a long time, since everything's made in China for Harley. All the parts are pretty readily available, whereas for Indian, even for aftermarket parts, it's kind of harder to find and might be a little more expensive. The third thing is I've had for 2 years now, as I've already mentioned 1,000 times. I feel the clutch slipping sometimes, and I don't think it's from the burnouts whatsoever. And then another thing I've noticed is my left front fork is leaking a little bit. Not quite sure what that's about. It's nothing too drastic, but we'll have to get it looked at here pretty soon. And the fifth thing is the gas lid. The paint chipped away a little bit over time. It's actually a pretty common thing I've heard about, but like I said, these are all minor issues. Nothing that would really stop you from riding or anything serious like that. Now we can get to the pros, which of course are the best part. 1. The Indian Scout Bobber is really kind of like a sleeper. What do I mean by that? Well, it looks older. It looks like an old cruiser bike. But when you actually give it throttle, yeah, it goes. And the best part is, once you pass that cop doing 120 on this bike, you put in 6th gear and start cruising real slow and be like, "Hey officer, me? You thought that was me that flew past you on this old thing?" Yeah, right. And they'll fall for it every single time. Another thing I love is the stability and handling. Since it is a bit of a heavier bike compared to most sport bikes, it handles better, especially in a straight line when you're giving it full throttle. You're not going to get a bunch of speed wobble and feel unsteady. It's going to keep going. Even in the mountains when you're turning and stuff, it feels very steady on the road. Number 3 is the sleekness. It's a good looking bike. There's no way you can deny that. It looks way better than any Harley ever made, and I think it looks way better than any sport bike ever made. And number 4, my favorite, power. Yes, we all love the power of our bikes, and the Indian Scout Bobber is no slop when it comes to that. Especially when you consider it makes a lot more power than most Harleys with a much smaller displacement than the big old Harleys. That's because they got old lawnmower engines, okay? So thank you for watching. I got a few future plans for this bike, that way you viewers can stay entertained. The next thing I'm going to do for my anniversary gift, I'm going to be buying the bike a new intake, and why are you laughing?
Anniversary gift?
Yes, darn right, it's been 2 years, that's very important.
It is. Love Roxanne.
Uh-huh.
She steals my boyfriend from me.
Uh-huh. So I plan on buying an intake and a Power Vision 3 tuner for it. I already got the exhaust. It's time to actually make that exhaust have a benefit by getting the intake and the tuner. That way it can make hopefully close to 100 to the wheels. We'll see if that actually happens, but that is the goal. And it also takes off the governor, so I won't be stuck at 130 miles an hour. Don't tell that to anybody you know. And then further down the line, my back tire is starting to get worn out again. Still kind of weird. I don't understand how that happens. When I end up replacing the back tire, they come with a 150 rear tire. I'm going to put a 180 on it. I actually had a nice discussion with a gentleman on YouTube in the comments talking about the tires and the clutch. Since the clutch is starting to slip a little bit, he pointed me to a performance clutch that I will want to put in this. It should be a pretty easy do-it-yourself thing, so I will film the whole thing. That way anyone else that wants to do it can watch me screw it up so they don't have to do it. As always, subscribe. More videos coming soon. We're still working on the $1,200 Sportster build series. I'm going to be making a new video on lane splitting strategy, how to do it, and how to do your best to not die when you're lane splitting. And as always, ride safe, and thank you for watching.
Nothing